Top 10 most controversial moments in NFL history. The NFL has witnessed some of the craziest and most historic moments in history to date, but there have also been several such moments and instances when the integrity of the game was questioned, or the decisions taken during the game were so controversial that they resulted in people perceiving the NFL to be influenced by external factors. Yes, we are talking about the fair play of the NFL being compromised on several occasions. Such instances have only driven people to doubt the NFL, while some even question whether the league is predetermined, since there have been quite some games where the game ended long before it was over. Be it blown phantom penalties or no calls, some actions are just too hard to defend. So in this video, we will be taking a look at the top 10 most controversial moments in NFL history. Number 10, Super Bowl power outage. At number 10 on this list is the infamous Super Bowl power outage at the Super Bowl 47 between the Ravens and 49ers. A literal power outage delayed the game for 34 minutes during the third quarter. In this game, the Ravens held a seizable 28-6 lead, with San Francisco showing that they had absolutely no idea how to stop the historic Ravens defense. So when the game ended and Baltimore won by just 3 points at 34-31, several fans started their conspiracy theories, claiming that the NFL put out the power to give the 49ers more time to strategize, plan the game, and eventually win the game. Sounds crazy, right? Number 9, Taylor Swift's influence on Chiefs wins. It's no secret that pop star Taylor Swift and Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce are a power-packed couple, with fans gushing all over their relationship. But did you hear about the rumors of the NFL handing out wins to the Chiefs, particularly to push the love story between the two to attract more viewers and fans? For instance, when the Chiefs took on the Jets during Week 4 on Sunday Night Football it seemed pretty clear that the NFL couldn't get enough of the relationship between Travis and Taylor. On 3rd and long, with a victory right in front of the Jets, the Chiefs would obviously benefit a great deal from a holding call, which eventually gave them a win as well. Now, this was a penalty that was debated heavily, and the fun part is that after reviewing the film as well, people noticed there was a blatant holding call missed that should have offset the penalties. Interestingly, over the last few months, there have been many penalties that have favored the Chiefs. It's a no-brainer that Taylor Swift is bringing a new audience to football, and they surely want to see their idol cheering and happy, right? Number 8, Super Bowl 40. Super Bowl 40 comes in at number 8 on this spot, and NFL fans can surely not forget this one. Let's hit the rewind button and go back to Super Bowl 40, which was played at Ford Field. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Seattle Seahawks 21-10, with Ben Roethlisberger becoming the youngest Super Bowl winning quarterback in NFL history. But the game had its fair share of controversies, with the officiating in Super Bowl 40 getting heavily criticized by media members. NFL Films even ranked it as one of the most controversial calls in Super Bowl history. Now, there was not just one controversial call in that game. There were several, and some of them include the low block on Hasselbeck, which could have very well been made when Hasselbeck made a tackle after throwing an interception. Another controversial call was the holding call on Locklear, which changed a 1st and goal into a 1st and 20. And then there was the offensive pass interference call on Jackson, which could have easily negated a touchdown. Number 7, Fail Mary. Remember the 2012 game between the Seahawks and the Packers, with both teams putting up one of the most anticipated Monday Night Football games of all time? Well, if you don't, let us tell you that on September 24, 2012, the game between the Seahawks and Packers had a dramatic ending. Such was the drama in that game that it went on to be known as the Fail Mary, because it was completely destroyed by the replacement referees used that year. Seattle's receiver Golden Tate and Green Bay's safety M.D. Jennings came down with the ball in their arms in the end zone, and it was up to the refs to decide who had the ball. But do you know what happened? In the end, they were completely wrong and unfair in giving it to the Seahawks, who would go on to win the game. Number 6, Super Bowl 51. Imagine being down 28-3 at one point in the third quarter, and your team still somehow manages to stage a win and a comeback. If that isn't the greatest comeback of all time in the NFL, then we don't know what is. And that is exactly what Tom Brady and the Patriots did that year. Super Bowl 51 at the NRG Stadium in Houston. Many consider this one the most rigged moments in NFL history. But why? Well, simply because fans could not get their head around how a team can have such a total meltdown after playing almost perfectly for 2 consecutive quarters. Something fishy, right? That's what most of the NFL fans also felt like. Number 5. Did Dez Bryant really catch it? Well, this is one question that NFL fans must surely be asking for a very long time, right? Remember when the Cowboys locked horns with the Packers in the 2014 NFC divisional round? In that game, we saw a play that would pretty much seal a victory for the Packers. And mind you, that play is still talked about to this day. And what exactly was the controversial play that NFL fans and the Packers fans have not forgotten to this day? So within the dying moments of the game, the Cowboys decided to try for a first down instead of punting the ball. Romo threw a deep pass to Dez Bryant near the goal line, who was covered by cornerback Sam Shields. Bryant made a catch over Shields, and in an attempt to secure the football for the catch and reach across the goal line for the touchdown, he went on to tuck the ball in his left arm by his elbow while extending out for the spot. Initially, the pass was ruled a completed catch, with Bryant being downed at the Packers' 1-yard line. But soon after, Packers head coach Mike McCarthy waved his challenge flag, saying that the ball hit the ground before Bryant completed the process of a legal catch. And now, 3 years after the game, NFL decision makers have gone on to say that he actually did make a legal catch. What a tragedy for Dez and the Cowboys, right? This also sadly meant that the Cowboys' NFC Championship game drought continued. Number 4. Did Santonio Holmes get both feet down? Super Bowl 43 was one of the most exciting and interesting battles that ever took place in NFL history. It was a battle between the Cardinals and Steelers, but the game is actually famous and popular because of one such play. And well, what was that play like? So in the corner of the end zone, Santonio Holmes staged what seemed like an impossible catch, scoring the touchdown that won the Steelers the game by 27-23. But this was not just any catch. It was a catch that was at the center of controversy for a decade. That's right, literally a decade-long controversy. And thanks to new and improved technology, there are many pieces of evidence to support the statement that it should have never been counted in the first place. Well, what's done is done. Number 3, the Deflategate scandal. Any NFL fan you meet will certainly know about the Deflategate controversy. The Deflategate scandal was a controversy in the National Football League involving NFL legend Tom Brady. It all began after the 2014 AFC Championship game between the Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts. Now, what exactly went wrong was that the Patriots were accused of intentionally deflating footballs to gain an unfair advantage and an edge over other teams. Sounds crazy, right? Well, the NFL even hired attorney Ted Wells to look into these allegations, and he came to the conclusion that the Patriots had deliberately flouted the rules. And what were the consequences faced by Brady and the Patriots? Well, Brady was suspended by the NFL for 4 games, and the Patriots were fined $1 million, with the NFL also docking them 2 draft picks. This is probably the only black dot in Brady's otherwise legendary career. Number 2, Tom Brady roughing the passer. Let's go back to 2019 when the Patriots took on the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Chris Jones roughing the passer on Tom Brady has to be on top with any NFL fans, and pundits claiming to be one of the worst things they have ever seen on an NFL pitch. Jones was called for roughing the passer after just barely tapping Brady on his helmet in an attempt to sack him. This call came in the 4th quarter and completely changed the trajectory of the game, allowing the Patriots to come away with the win. To add more on this, the Patriots were trailing with just 7 minutes to go, and if that penalty hadn't been called, Brady would have to convert a difficult 3rd down, and who knows, Mahomes could have had another ring by now. This is the prime example of what happens when veteran quarterbacks get special treatment from the refs. But this was an example of the special treatment going way too far. If this isn't rigged, we don't know what actually is. Number 1, Spygate. Patriots video assistant Matt Estrella was caught filming the New York Jets' defensive signals on the field in September 2007. It was reportedly the 2nd time the Patriots had been caught spying on an opponent, after doing so during a 2006 game against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. In 2007, the league took action. While head coach Bill Belichick suggested the issue was an interpretation of NFL rules, Commissioner Roger Goodell wasn't buying it. Goodell fined Belichick $500,000, separately fining the Patriots organization $250,000. The team was also docked a 1st-round draft pick in 2008. It was the first time that something malicious of this sort became the talking point in NFL. Special mention, Minneapolis Miracle. What exactly was the Minneapolis Miracle? Well, it happened to be the first time in NFL playoff history that a game was decided on a touchdown as time expired. The Vikings were trailing 24-23 with 10 seconds left on the clock when the offense managed to take the ball to the 39-yard line. In this game, Marcus Williams faced a lot of flack and criticism from fans in the NFL world for missing a tackle that could very well have changed the result of the game altogether. Williams really went on to miss possibly one of the easiest tackles ever, with Stephon Diggs in the air to catch the ball. Right after the game as well, the NFL changed the rules so that if a team would ever score on the final play of the game and extra points wouldn't change the result, the pat would no longer be conducted. And all this happened because of the Minneapolis Miracle game. So basically, with as many as 10 seconds left on their own 40-yard line, it only took a corner route for the Vikings to beat the Saints and advance to the NFC Championship game. But the question remains, how in the world could Williams miss the easiest of tackles? Something just doesn't add up. So out of all these plays, which one was the most controversial according to you? Let us know in the comments section below.